People simply cannot understand what's going on with the money and the money system. Money is not energy. Why do I say this? Because you have not read or understood actually what is being used as money based on the law. I ask people, what's the law that defines what is a dollar? That not one person has gave me an answer back. I've asked like 300 people. They all say, I don't know. They just walk away. Well, keep walking away. I don't care. I only want to talk to people that can use logic and common sense regarding what we're using as money. Now, until you have read the legal tender laws, which are laws regarding money, you cannot comprehend much of my information. The basic legal tender laws are the Coinage Act of 1792, Section 20, the 1933 Executive Order, the legal tender law, the Coinage Act of 1965. It is crucial to read the wording on the paper money that was used over time and the wording on each one to see how the wording has changed over time, along with the legal tender laws. Otherwise, you don't know what you're saying or talking about. People want to think and believe so badly that the money is dollars and we're using dollars of money. They're just so badly, they can't believe the entire population is delusional, has been misled. They just can't believe it. But I'm going to prove it based on the teachings of Merrill Jenkins. When you read all this, you will see that the money we use is actually not dollars at all. You will learn that the expression of the money cannot be the money. Dollars are not the money, never were the money, based on the Coinage Act of 1792, Section 20. In the YouTube video, Merrill Jenkins said, I cannot pay the IRS because I don't have any dollars. They left him alone because they didn't want a record of him winning a case against them. And this is not about don't pay the IRS. Please don't think that or don't even try to do that. You're going to get yourself in trouble. So I'm not advocating don't pay the IRS because there's too many people that are brainwashed regarding money. They don't care. So don't get yourself in trouble with this. I cannot help or discuss with anyone unless you read this basic material. Then you can go on to understand what's going on. The Federal Reserve banking in the 1913 Federal Reserve Act allowed the bank to engage in an immoral act of having only 40% reserves of gold up to 1933. There's a book also called The Creature from Jekyll Island, which is excellent, by Edward G. Griffin, and I suggest you buy the book by Edward Griffin, from Creature from Jekyll Island. He's on YouTube also. He's a very great man who's done a lot of research for us all. But up until 1913, no sane person would allow a bank to not loan out something they don't have. Think about that. Before 1913, you wouldn't engage in anybody that's going to do a immoral act. An example, a rental supply store has to have item in stock to loan it out. A rental supply store can't loan out more tools than they don't have. A movie theater can only rent out as many seats that they have. Well, fractional reserve banking allows the banks to loan out more than they had from 1913 to 1933. How can you let a bank loan out more than they have in the bank? Well, that's what happened. Banks didn't. So after 1933, the banks didn't loan anything out. But I'll prove it to you in my videos, and I have already. Banks do not. This is something people state, and you just got to shut them down and say you're wrong. Merrill Jenkins has proven this otherwise, and I have too. Banks do not create money out of thin air, as people incorrectly state. They do not. Because when you sign a promissory note, you claim you're borrowing dollars of nothing because you don't know what a dollar is, and you think it's just the dollars of the money. You so badly want to believe that the money is dollars. Well, you're wrong, and I'm proving it. I looked up the law, the Coinage Act of 1792, Section 20. The dollar is an expression of the money. You can't loan me an expression of a money like any more than you can loan me a gallon of something. You got to loan me a gallon of milk or a gallon of gas. That's the same thing. The public just doesn't understand it, and I didn't either. So this is why I'm bringing it to you now, and I'm going to just keep doing this until I get better at this. Thinking it doesn't matter what we use as money, as others accept, it is absurd to think it doesn't matter what we use as money. That's an absurd situation. Inflation is the result of the current laws that allow for the prices to go up, and I'll explain to you why in some other videos. Prices have doubled in the last few years, so if you want to keep working your asses off and harder, go right ahead and keep voting in the same people. Think about this. You have the ability to change the financial system, the money system, but you don't know how or know what's the truth about money, so you just keep working harder and harder. The money system works against people that are poor and middle class. And you guys don't get this. You keep wanting somebody in the government to fix the situation. You cannot. Until you understand this, enough of you understand this, you're going to vote in the correct people that are moral and logical, and they will change the money laws. But you cannot do it. The people in the government do not want to change the money laws. Some of the wealthy do not want to change the money laws. They want to maintain their status and their wealth in society, and they're not going to do it for you. So you need to learn this stuff. Look in the mirror and say, you're the problem, not somebody else doing it to us. You got to get out of that victim mentality and start reading this information based on Merrill Jenkins. And I'm giving it to you in bits and pieces. And I'm 100% correct. You cannot even debate me any more than you can debate Merrill Jenkins, because I'm bringing you his information to you in piecemeal, and you're going to learn, and you're going to get upset about it just as I was, but I'm giving it to you in small bits and pieces. People are supposed to create the wealth, exchange that wealth freely without fractions of banking on this planet. There should be a global law. There shouldn't even need to have to pass a global law saying tax people's income. It's absurd that the fractional reserve banking was even allowed on this planet. It's theft. But the public is so uneducated about this and just working hard. It's the people's problem. You got to stop blaming other people, and you got to start reading this topic. And this is the next great awakening, is the subject money. Turn off the mainstream media and start educating yourself on the subject money, and tell these people that are giving you this wrong information, walk away from these people. Anyhow, you have a good day.